You are listening to a True North Eager Beaver media podcast. The True North Eager Beaver podcasts are proudly brought to you by our founding sponsors, the Miss V Mysteries from Corvid Moon Publishing, your source for science fiction, fantasy, and cozy mysteries featuring a broad diversity of characters. CanadianTarot.com, your uniquely Canadian online eclectic tarot community and forum, and the Peppermaster, hot pepper sauces made from fresh farm ingredients to thrill your taste buds and expand your mind.
Hello.
Hi. We have no intro.
No, it played already.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
did not hear it at all.
No, it's for some reason when we're on remote like this, I play it. That's why I said 5 seconds. We just don't hear it. I can see that it's working because I'm monitoring it on the YouTube here to make sure that it's good. So, yeah, we're live. We're here. We're ready to roll.
All right. Well, good afternoon. I normally don't get to say that. It's normally good morning.
Yes.
Good afternoon, kids and cubs, and welcome to the September 2023 edition of the True North Eager Beaver live PubCast, live from the
Lieutenant's Pump
here on Elgin Street in our beautiful nation's capital, where we are always very well received,
Yes.
well fed.
They take good care of us here.
Well moistened. I got it in early.
You got it in early. I was not expecting
that. Today, recording day is Saturday, September 23rd, 2023, and it is a gorgeous day here in the nation's capital. Beautiful weather, about 21, just a perfect fall day. I think today's first day of fall, isn't it?
No.
Or was it tomorrow?
No, it was
yesterday?
It was Wednesday.
Okay. Everybody keeps outside like... there was a time when I was a kid, it was always the 21st, and then we started getting really precise, and then sometimes it's the 22nd, then sometimes say the 23rd.
Well,
I
it's
never know exactly when.
The first full day is the 21st, but it technically happens, I think, at 5 p.m. on the 20th or 6 p.m. on the 20th or something like that. So that gives you an idea.
All right. Well, then it's a beautiful, very early fall day here in the nation's capital. I'm your host, the Eager Beaver, pronouns he, him, he, Mr. Beaver A. And with me, as always, as you can hear and see, is my dear friend, my brother from another mother, Mr. Grizzly.
Let's move that out of the way so I can see a little bit better.
Yeah.
There we go. That's better.
That probably would be a good idea for me as well. Right.
Yeah, there we go. And they show up on camera at the same time, so that's all good.
That's all good. All right. And of course, it's the Pub Chat. Welcome to all the kits who have joined us as well. I am seeing here on the chat. Let's see who's here with us.
Dan, Kendra, chat. Who else? I can't. There's people. I just can't see them all. There's a few folks here. We did start a little late, and that is my fault. I changed things up a little bit for today, and in doing so, I forgot to bring a specific adapter. So I had things partially set up. I had to run home, get an adapter to finish the setup, and then here we are. Now, luckily, I live really close.
Really, really strange. I'm trying to follow the chat with the phone like I usually do, and today it is not allowing me. Okay, so I will then just take a look here.
Yeah, it's we're there. Yeah.
All right, Kid Dan, Kid Kendra, as you mentioned, and I'm sure there are more here, but I'm unfortunately not able to scroll up. All right, well, the rules. Let's just make them very clear. It's an opportunity for our kits and the best damn fam in all of podcasting to get to know a different side of their favorite political creatures. So today, no religion, no politics, just friendly, fun pub conversation. Can be on heavy subjects, can be on light subjects, but no politics, no religion today. All right? Just some casual chat. And, since Mr. Grizzly's adjusting stuff, I will get us started. I had an interesting experience a few weeks ago at the tennis court for the first time in my life. At the age of 50, I got stung by a yellow jacket.
Yeah, you did tell me that. I've gotten stung by them before, and they're not pleasant at all.
Not pleasant at all. Not really sure exactly how it happened because the match was over and I was just reaching over to grab my tennis racket so I could put it in the case. And I guess there must have been a yellow jacket right where I was putting my thumb around the grip because as soon as I touched it, it was like an electrical shock, something fierce. Ooh. All right. Provoked me to swear in French. Oh, yeah. No, I didn't end it with the wet. I went the full knack.
Oh, you went the knack.
I went the full knack.
That's serious. That's some serious swearing en français, mes amis.
Oh man! And it was like right here on my thumb. Actually, it was where they got. Actually, I still have the mark where the stinger went in. I still have a little bit of a scab. So for about 5 minutes, because I don't know if yellow jackets are at all like bees or anything, right? Because if you're allergic to bee stings, I'm not sure if you're allergic also to yellow jacket, or I'm not sure if they're all in the same family.
You can react similarly. The venom is pretty severe, so it depends person to person. Everybody's different. My dad got stung by a yellow jacket, and he was sick for about 3 days.
Okay, well, so I didn't know what was going to happen whatsoever because it had been the first time. So I'm sitting there and it's like and I'm thinking the first thought I had in my head is, wow. Good thing I have a wheat allergy because I always have Benadryl and an EpiPen on me in case.
Yeah, you can never be too cautious, right?
Yeah, really. So yeah, that was an interesting experience. The pain was pretty intense. I'd say maybe for about 10 minutes, and then it subsided. But I was told, it'll hurt like for 5 or 10 minutes, like in about an hour or so, you'll be fine. No, I still felt it like for about another day and a half.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Should I lower the camera a bit? Do you think that's? I mean, I've got it on a tilt, but I'm wondering if I lowered it a bit. Do you think that would make a difference? No,
I'm not sure if it would make a meaningful one.
You know what? I'm just going to leave it where it is. You know why? I already took like 3 hours to get all this stuff together, set up. You know what? It's working, and we're live. I did bring a second camera today. I was going to try and set up 2 cameras. I was going to set one here and one there.
Oh.
But I realized there's some other stuff I'm going to need before I can do that. So it's the only other way to do it would be to clamp it to the table, and then it's just too close, and it wouldn't. Yeah, you want the cameras behind, you don't want them in front.
That's true. Yeah.
So we'll just stick with this for today.
So can we say the camera's good enough?
Sure. If you want to say that, you can say that. I just don't know.
I swear I should have kids. I have dad. I've got the dad jokes down.
That you do. You definitely have the dad jokes down.
Oh man. I had a little fun today.
Oh, how? What did you do? I got up and just started cleaning house. So it's been a very busy morning for me. Cleaning house and then getting everything packed up and ready to go. I have almost, I'd say about 99% of this stuff is packaged and ready to go at all times.
Yeah.
The light fixtures, I have to take them because I use them for the ASMR show.
Okay.
Right, for the background. So yeah, 99% of this is packed up and ready to go. But before I leave the house, I always go through to make sure everything's there and that I'm not missing anything. Right. And sure enough, I did miss something that I didn't pay enough attention to it. It was very minor. It was just literally the adapter for this to connect, for the mic to connect to this. I had the clip,
But kind of important.
but I had the clip, but there's an inner thread adapter because it's a 5/8 and a 3/8, and I didn't have the 3/8 adapter, so
Gotcha.
I had to run home and get one. So
Oh, okay.
I have lots of them. It's not a big deal.
So I woke up early enough this morning, which was quite a surprise because I got to bed late. I really don't know what's been going on with me the past, I'd say, week and a half, maybe 2 weeks, but I've been more tired
Mm.
than normal. And last night, and well, the night before, there's a play going on at Domino with Theater in Kingston for with the company for which I volunteer, and I hadn't seen the first one of the year, and this was the last week, and I thought, okay, well, Thursday night I'm going to go because I was originally supposed to have a rehearsal, but it turns out that we didn't need me on that night,
Okay.
and I thought, okay, my night's free, I'm going to go. And then it was like, okay, the play starts at 7:30, and it's at 6:00, and I'm at 6:00, and I'm sitting there, and it's like, my get up and go just got up and went. I cannot find the motivation to actually get off my backside and actually put on shoes to walk out the door to just get there.
I just want to say hi to my friend Tanya
Oh.
Toussaint.
Hi, Tanya.
How's it going? I hope you're doing well. Tanya and I went to school together here in Ottawa back in 19...
Okay.
a couple of weeks ago. Yeah. So you're out in Vancouver now, I believe. British Columbia. I say Vancouver, but I believe you're in BC now. Hope you're doing well. It's nice to hear from you.
Yeah. Oh, thank you for dropping in.
We do this once a month. Once a month, we just get together in the pub and have a couple of wobbly pops and tell some stories and eat food and talk about life and good things about life, happy, joyous occasions, funny occasions. We tell silly jokes from time to time.
Yep.
Relate stories about places we've been, people we've met, things we've done. Sometimes we talk about regrets, but not very often. It's seldom do we ever have any regrets. I mean,
Yeah.
oh, you're Victoria. Okay, there you go. What's this? How's the saying go? It's like, I never fail.
Right. Okay.
I never fail and I never lose. I either succeed or I learn.
Okay.
There's no such thing as failure. You learn from it.
Okay.
You win or you learn. You don't fail.
Okay. Well, there's another one you taught me the other day when I was having my first, well, technically second, but let's say first directorial debut, and it did not go well.
Mm.
And I kept on saying, you know what, I failed. And he said, no, you didn't fail. You were not successful in the moment.
That's right.
And
You were not successful in the moment, and you learn from it.
Yep. I'm personally okay with the word fail, but I like the framing around not successful in the moment better.
Yeah, because that's simply what it is, right?
Yeah. So yesterday I thought, okay, well, I'll come into town yesterday and have the day.
My sister just joined the chat too. Hi, Rhonda.
Hello.
How's it going?
Hi, Rhonda.
You know where we are. If you want to join us,
Yeah.
We're here.
And I thought to myself, okay, well, Friday I'll just get the bus at 10 o'clock in the morning after we do our show and just come in and run some errands over here that I had to take care of and and have a nice pleasant evening. And same thing yesterday. Just like
Crash.
as I just no motivation. I just couldn't get up and do it. And I thought, okay, well, here, I absolutely have to go to the bank today to make the transaction. And then the weirdest thing happened. I had transferred money the day before from one bank account to another. So that's in the right account to write a check from. But the money never transferred. So I kept waiting and waiting for it, and it would never show up. And then I got a message yesterday saying it's like this could not be done because the email couldn't be sent. And I'm sitting and I'm thinking, okay, well then I'll just go back to my bank account and just do the transaction again.
Right.
But the money was not returned to my bank account.
So that's what we would call problematic.
Yeah. So all of a sudden well, you know what? It's 5 o'clock. The bank closes at 6. I'll just get on my bike. It's a 5-minute bike right there. Just make this deposit.
Take care
ended up being a 2-hour thing, and I never got to the bank.
Oh boy, that's
because the money was not in the account to be able to make the deposit because it had just vanished.
wow. So you figured out the problem? Have you been able to fix
Yeah,
it?
yeah, yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah. And the bank was very good and like noticed and said, "Oh, yep. This when you did that transaction, that's exactly around the time that the system went down." And
So okay. So it was the bank's fault.
it was completely the bank's fault.
And they actually admitted it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a rarity.
I did not have to raise my voice at all. I just picked up the phone and said, I made a transaction on the 19th and it still hasn't gone through. And I just received something that said that it's not going through and the money has never been returned to my account. What do I do? Because I really need to pay this bill.
Well, that kind of sucks. Here's the thing: when that happens to me, I just pretend it didn't happen and keep moving along.
So
no, that's a joke. That's a joke. I'm kidding.
Yeah. So basically,
I don't even get stressed about it anymore, though.
No. Well, I try. I figure there's a reasonable solution.
Did I take my medication today? I didn't.
You didn't?
No, I forgot to take my medication today. So it's possible that I may get anxious later.
Okay. All right.
That's okay.
Well, just let me know. We'll do what we need to do.
Well, I mean, I'll just, my beloved shall join us later today on the show. She wants to pop by for a little bit. I'll just have her run over home and grab some stuff from me if need be, right? So,
okay. Good.
If need be, I think I'm going to, it's one of those things, you miss a day, it's not the end of the world. Just get right back on the cycle the next day, right? Even the doctors will tell you that. You having a hard time connecting there? Are you on the Wi-Fi?
Yeah, I'm on the Wi-Fi.
Okay, so
I've got the circle of death.
Yeah, here there's a reason for that. It's blocked on the firewall on the Wi-Fi.
Okay.
Reason being, they don't want people streaming YouTube because that can chew through the bandwidth. Right?
Gotcha.
Okay. Amongst other things too. Somebody wanted to connect a TV, their laptop to a TV to stream something, and they're like, we can't do that because we're not licensed to do that.
Ooh.
Yeah, they wanted to watch a football match or something, and quite literally. So I'd suggest restarting YouTube, and that'll, just close it and restart it.
Okay, I tried that. All right.
Yeah. So what happens is because in order for the pub to be able to show something that's not on regular network television, right? So if it's not on your service provider's service, and you have to pay extra for it, or if somebody does like a pirate site thing to do it, technically you're in violation. And as an establishment that sells liquor and spirits, and you don't mess with that.
Yeah.
Because they can pull your license in a split second and they'll sue you.
Yeah.
So it's just not worth it.
Oh, there we go. Okay. Well, I'm just not, I guess I'm not seeing everything because I don't see Tanya pop up on my screen. But
no, that's because she's on the Restream feed. My sister and Tanya, because they're watching on Facebook. So not everybody's going to see the same thing.
That makes sense. Okay. Well, okay. Now I'm up to speed. Now I understand why.
So you see, they're posting. They're from Facebook. See, so if they're watching on the Facebook.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
And there's my sister right there. There we go. There you are.
There you go. Okay. Perfect.
You're coming to Ottawa next month, are you, Dan?
Dan?
Yeah, he
really?
says next month, road trip to Ottawa.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Who's in?
I think he's trying to organize it.
Yeah, set something up. You guys want to? Yeah, we could do something next month. Next PubCast, bring up a crew and have as many people who want to jump in and join us for a little bit. That could be a good time.
Sure, that would be a good time. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It will have to be after the 14th though, because I'm in the last 3 weeks before opening night.
Right. So
the schedule gets a little busy.
Yeah. No. We'll do it later in the month.
Yeah.
Is that your phone?
Nope.
I'm hearing strange music.
Me too.
No. It's not me. I know that. So yeah, no. Let's see if we can get some people to come on up that weekend. We haven't selected the weekend. We'll let you know. We'll let you know this coming week on the show what day we'll schedule the next podcast for. I'm thinking probably the third week of October.
Yeah, that'd probably be a better choice.
Yeah, so it'll be we'll be heavy into pumpkin spice season at that point. So maybe we can get David to come by for a little bit. He doesn't live too far from here.
Oh, that's true.
You know who was in town last night? And I didn't go to the football game, and it was
Devon,
and
they won.
Yeah,
yeah, I saw Devon.
Yeah. So I said, hey, maybe we can meet for a beer afterwards, but I didn't hear back from him. So no big deal. I wanted to go to the game, but I was really tired. Bridget wasn't up to it, and it was like, do I go by myself? I can't, and that's not a big deal. I'm going to bump into friends there, but I didn't have the energy for it last night.
Yeah, well, that was the same thing. So
It had been a tough week for me.
Yeah.
And I worked a lot of extra hours this week at my day job, plus this. So, well, I mean, I was in the office at 7 on Thursday,
Yeah.
right? So,
right. But that was the same thing. So by the time I got all that banking stuff resolved, because the play was at 7:30,
mhm.
and then it's like, okay, all that stuff is resolved. It's like 6:20 now, and it's like, okay, so I can't do the banking, and now there's literally just like an hour and 10 minutes to get. So it's again, just rush somewhere, put something nice on, make yourself somewhat presentable, grab the bus, get there, just and rushing at the last minute. And it was the same thing. It was like, nope, I'm staying home. Unfortunately, had a good night's sleep, and this morning woke up chipper and had no problem whatsoever with energy in terms of making sure I got to the bus on time to get here and all that. But yeah, the like even tennis. I thought oh, it's a gorgeous day. I should go play tennis. And it's like, yeah, no, not gonna ask for a game today. I just need to sit there and do nothing. And I mean, I didn't sit there and do nothing. I mean, we had a regular days. Sorry, excuse me. Regular day and stuff, but yeah, just really low energy.
It happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I wanted to go to the game because it's always a good time when Saskatchewan's in town, right? It's always a
Right.
good time. And it could have been cool if I had been able to meet up with Devin for a little bit. But I literally, we were sitting here on the patio last night having a beer. And Bridget looked at me and she says, I don't have the social energy for that this evening. And I'm like, I get it. You're around 20,000 people. It can zap your strength. And like I said, it had been a long, hard week. And it wasn't that I didn't have the social energy for it. I was just physically tired. And it took a lot out of me. So I didn't end up attending. And I'm bummed because Ottawa won.
I know.
They beat Saskatchewan at home. Oh man,
I wasn't watching the game, but I have this thing on my phone that like gives me live scores.
Yeah.
At the time, and I was sitting there and I was thinking, I should just check on the game. They're probably losing, and then I'm like, what? They're leading 24-7, and I'm like, I think there was like 6 minutes in the fourth quarter, and it was like, stupid me. I could have just like turned on the game at that point, but I'm like just like watching the timer thing going, seeing the points, and I guess there was a decent amount of scoring near the end, so it was like.
Well, so here's the thing. I always have a method to find the games on a streaming service somewhere. There's a couple of different services I use because I don't have an account with TSN. Which is the broadcaster for the CFL, right. And the reason being is it's just more money than I want to spend, and I don't want to spend any more money on any more streaming services. There's a lot of them.
Yeah.
Now I know you can buy it for a month at a time. You can even buy a single day's game, but that just doesn't occur to me the day of. Yeah. Right? I've got stuff going on, and afterwards I'm like, oh yeah, I could have done that. But like I said, I can find different streams where I can view it, but. My partner Bridget actually has a TSN account because she's it's because she's a basketball fan, like a huge Raptors fan, right? She goes to the local Blackjacks games from time to time, which is part of the Canadian basketball
CBL.
CBL, yeah, I think it's CBL, yeah. So yeah, she's a huge basketball fan, and she has a TSN account, a streaming account. I'm like, I could borrow that.
Yes, you could.
But I don't know. And again, it was a Friday at the end of a week, a long, tough week. I mean, I just wanted to decompress from the work week, decompress from the work day, have a couple of beer with the boys. Bridget joined me for a bit. She left, went back to my place and chilled out early because she was like, I'm like, yeah, go. So we stayed, had a beer, and then we went across the street to another pub, had a beer there. And I'm like, all right, guys, I got to go. And came home and had some dinner and watched a movie and went to bed. We were really tired last night.
Yeah, so I'm hoping that whatever happened or whatever was going on is kind of past for a while because the next 2-3 weeks are a little busy.
Well, Dan's just asking here in the chat if the Leafs are playing tonight, and I think Ottawa-Toronto play this weekend in an exhibition match. Is it tonight or is it tomorrow? I remember reading something about it. I think the first preseason game, which is completely, I don't give a damn about the preseason. It's meaningless to me. Not to the players, of course, and especially not to the players who are trying to make the team, the squad. But for me, I'm like, whatever.
Yeah, no, not tonight in the preseason.
Is it?
According to this,
must be tomorrow then. I know they're playing
Ottawa
soon.
versus Toronto tomorrow. Yeah,
there you go. I knew it was this weekend. I just didn't know if it was tonight or tomorrow. So it's tomorrow. There
2 p.m. in the afternoon.
Yeah, so an afternoon game. Is the best team in the NHL Maple Leafs playing tonight? I'm like, well, that's up for debate, Dan. Whether they're the best. Look, I know Sens are not. They're not near the top of the league anymore. I get that. It's been a few years, and that's okay. But I think the best team is usually the one that wins the Stanley Cup.
Well, today,
Toronto's not done that in my lifetime. The last time they did it was the year before I was born.
Well, the sports thing says something really weird here. It says that the only teams playing tonight are the Arizona Coyotes and the St. Louis Blues. So I'm guessing probably not the best team in the NHL is playing tonight.
Yeah.
But it says that they're playing at 3:00 in the afternoon and again at 8 tonight.
Yeah, different squads. Yeah, they'll do that. It's exhibition. Really? Yeah. So I mean, they'll
okay.
They might have
That's
like
new.
50 guys who try out for the team, or drafted and free agency, whatever, and they have to go see if they make the roster. So they can play 2 games, but you have a completely different group of people on the ice for the second game.
Oh,
it doesn't happen often. Yeah, it doesn't happen often.
I've never seen it before.
Yeah, it's not like baseball where they'll play a doubleheader, and I'm like, yeah. When that happens in hockey, it's because it's like triple overtime, right? And that's only in the playoffs, right?
Right.
Whereas baseball, I mean, you could have a 47-inning game.
Yes.
In theory.
Yep.
Right? You could.
Yep.
I don't know what the longest baseball game ever was, but I think it went till 2 or 3 in the morning, and it's only about 20 years ago, if memory serves. 20, 25 years ago. It went till 2 or 3 in the morning, and it wasn't. I don't even think it was a major league game. I think it might have been a minor league game, but it was the longest game ever. And yeah, it was about 3 a.m. when it finally somebody scored a run, and that was it. It was over. It was done. But it was because they were last at bat, and they scored the run that finished it right there.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't even think they went to the third out. I think they're like, okay, we won. The game is over. Let's just go home. It's 3 a.m. I'm tired.
Yeah. The Pawtucket Red Sox and the Rochester Red Wings, 2 teams from the AAA International League, played the longest game in professional baseball history. It lasted 33 innings. With 8 hours and 25 minutes of playing time.
There you go. Not too bad. My memory's,
yeah,
it's pretty good some days.
And here's the thing. 32 innings were played April 18th and 19th, 1981, and the final 33rd inning was played June 23rd. And the game was won 3-2 by Pawtucket. 3 days.
So it's longer than I thought back in 81. So that's 30. No, geez, that's 42 years ago. Wow. But I knew it was recent, as in it happened within my lifetime, is what I'm getting at. Yeah. And I remember watching that. Not the game, but I remember watching the thing on sports about that. I'm like, and me and all my buddies, we played a lot of baseball back then. We were Expos and Blue Jays fans. Yep. Expos mostly because Montreal's 2 hours away, right? So, and we used to go to a lot of Expos games. And Expos back then, 81, 82.
Yes.
1981, they went to the
Dawson and Raines and that whole area.
Yeah, that team. Yeah. That was when Rick Monday for the Los Angeles Dodgers, who had never hit a home run in his life, hit a home run, killing the Expos shot at the World Series. And that's the only home run he ever hit in his life.
Great time to have a moment.
Yeah, no kidding. Against Montreal. Against Montreal in Montreal, the LA Dodgers. I remember that. And Rick Monday. So a buddy of mine, guy I used to work with a few years ago, he was a real character, real good lad. I really enjoyed working with him, and he had a great sense of humor. And he was talking. He says, I was in Montreal, and I was on a flight, and we get off the flight, and I look up and I go, that looks like Rick Monday. And sure enough, it was. He was in Montreal for some sort of baseball alumnus thing or something. And the guy at CBSA at the time, this is 20 years ago. So the guy at the CBSA at the time was old enough to remember who Rick Monday. So he looks at his passport and he goes, Rick Monday, you got to go to secondary. Oh, yeah. And Rick Monday just kind of smiles and says, yep, every time I come to Montreal, every single time. I'm like, yeah.
And it's always just for conversation, right?
Well,
I can't believe you're here.
No. It's they give him a hard time
Oh,
because he killed the Expos.
okay.
He killed their. I mean, they were that
yes.
close to the World Series.
I remember.
Right? I'll tell you how close they were. We're in the 8th grade, and my homeroom teacher, Greg Bennett, Mr. Bennett, we wheeled in a TV to watch the game. I think every classroom had a TV watching the game at that point in time. It was like, oh no, this is big. This is historic. It was. Well, it was like Team Canada in '72.
Right.
It was big because a Canadian team was this close to the World Series.
Yeah.
And they didn't make it. But 10 years later,
yes.
11, you know, 92, 93, 92, and then in 93.
Yeah.
Or was it 91, 92?
Oh, no, I don't know.
I think it's 92, 93 that the Jays did back to back.
Yeah, Jays I think is 92, 93.
Yeah. And then there was 1994. Yes, you're right, Dan. That's right. 1994, when the Expos were, what?
Yes.
30 games ahead of it. They were the best team in baseball by a country mile.
Yeah.
And they shut the season down.
Yeah.
And they didn't even get a shot at the World Series. And they were such an exceptional team. Like it was I think it was August and they were 30 games up or something like that. It was like, oh, yes, this is the year. They went on strike. They canceled the season, no World Series. And then the team basically was picked apart and gone within 2 or 3 years after that, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks, Dan. I couldn't remember if it was 91, 92, or 92. Yeah, so 92 and 93, and then 94, the Expos. That's right. Yeah. Oh, man, I miss those days, the Expos. And it was a bunch of years back in New York City visiting a buddy of mine, myself, my buddy Alex, and we went to visit our buddy Mike, who was down there working and going to school. And he's a lawyer. Well, he's not a lawyer anymore. Now he teaches law.
Okay.
Now he's a law prof. He is, anyway. I think he has a PhD. Anyway, so we go down to visit Mikey, and he says, "Hey, you guys want to go see a Mets game?" I'm like, "Yes, I do, but only if Marv Levy's coaching." Now, there's a double joke in there.
Yes.
Okay, so Marv Levy was the coach for the Buffalo Bills, but before he coached the Buffalo Bills, he was the coach of the Montreal Alouettes.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, but only if Marv Levy's coaching, because I knew they were playing the Washington Nationals, which used to be the Montreal Expos. Yes. So it was like a double joke, right? And they sort of looked at me like, what are you talking about? Who's Marv Levy? I'm like, oh, you guys are so young. Marv Levy used to coach the Montreal Alouettes, and we're going to see the Washington Nationals against the New York Mets. The Washington Nationals used to be the Montreal Expos. It's like it kind of loses the panache when you got to explain the levels. But you got it right away.
Yeah, absolutely. I remember that. No, the Expos was the only baseball game I've ever seen live was the Expos. Oh, yeah?
I've been to a few Jays games. I used to go to a lot of Expos games.
I'm trying to think. No, wait a minute. I've seen 2. No, wait a minute. Yeah, yes. I went to the Expos twice, and once I don't remember the name of the team now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, Cleveland Indians. Yeah.
No, the Cleveland.
Well, they were the Indians.
The Cleveland Indigenous Peoples.
Yeah.
Now
are they still the
Commanders? The Commanders.
The Commanders now. Yeah, I thought they changed the name because I remember.
Is it the Commanders? So I know that Cleveland changed their name, and so did Washington's NFL team, but I can't remember what the Washington NFL team is. Cleveland Commanders, I believe.
Yeah, because I was in Cleveland for a charity event many years ago, and part of the package you had the choice of going to the Rock and Roll Music Hall of Fame or the or a baseball game.
I've not been to Cleveland yet, but I do want to go see the Hall of Fame, and I'd love to go down to see a game. I really would. A buddy of mine has done a full Major League Baseball park tour, so he's been to every park to see every game. His next thing is to go to every NFL stadium, and I'm like, that's going to be a little bit pricier. Mm-hmm. Like you can go to a baseball town, like I don't know, you go to New York to catch a Yankees game, but you can still get a cheap bleachers ticket, like a nosebleed ticket for very little money, comparatively speaking. You don't get tickets to an NFL game cheap.
Right.
It doesn't matter where you're.
Right.
You can be at the top row, the back corner in the end zone, and you're still going to pay $150, right? Yeah. So to do all 32 NFL stadiums, that's going to take a couple of years.
Yeah. For me, it's tennis. I want to do the 4 Grand Slams and hopefully an Olympics at some point. My dream sports trip is to attend an Olympics of some kind.
Why is the Canadian? Is it the Open? We'd call it the Canadian Open.
It used to be called the Canadian Open. Now it's the National Bank Open. I think. Yeah.
Anyway, why is it not a Grand Slam? It's the second oldest tournament in the world after Wimbledon, and it's only like 5 years younger than Wimbledon.
Yeah, second or third. I'm not sure.
No, second.
It should be.
It's the second. Yeah, I checked it.
Okay, it should be.
It should be. It absolutely
should be a Grand Slam. But
and I mean, come
we
on.
have the United States. So.
I know, but still, I think the National Bank Open should be a Grand Slam. It literally should be.
It should be, and it was often considered, for the longest time, considered the fifth Grand Slam by the players.
Sorry, I got the names. Cleveland Guardians for baseball.
Oh, Guardians.
Washington Commanders for NFL.
Yeah.
Thanks. Appreciate that, John.
Thank you.
And Dan. Thanks, guys. Appreciate that.
Darn, I forgot what I was saying. Sorry.
That's okay. It must have been a lie. I'm going to get a serviette because I got some spill.
Okay.
And I'll be right back.
All right. Yeah, I don't. Darn. It was something about tennis, and I completely forgot what we were talking about.
Doing a tour of the stadium.
Doing a tour of the stadiums, right? So, the 4 Grand Slams. I've had the very, very good fortune of attending Wimbledon already and the French Open. So it's the Australian Open and the U.S. Open that are left, and those, oddly enough, are the more difficult to attend because, well, obviously Australia, the distance, that's almost like a trip of a lifetime if you're arranging it, and well, the U.S. It's not as far. New York is not the least expensive city to stay in when you want to attend the U.S. Open. And I don't actually have any friends in New York City, unlike Melbourne, where I do have a friend.
We got a few. Actually, I was having a beer with a guy from New York last night.
Oh, well, there you go. So it would be those, the 4, and hopefully, the tennis tournament at the Olympics. I'd love to attend a few matches there, but I'd love to just go to the Olympics. Period for anything, because I just love sports, and I've always been a bigger fan of the Olympic sports than the big 4, the leagues. So even like when I watch sports on TV, I very rarely will watch football-based competition or something. It's I seem to be hardwired that way. But if I ever mine Premier 1000 events, and that would bring me, no worries, that would bring me everywhere, including like to China and Japan and all those types of places, which could be kind of fun. All right. Well, hello.
I have to come and give you a hug.
You have to come and give me a hug?
I do.
Okay.
Right now, can we? Okay. All right. Yeah,
All right.
Go ahead.
Let's have it.
Also, I think I was a bit abrupt yesterday, and I don't really know.
Oh. Okay. If you feel.
What?
Well, I
don't
didn't
know.
notice anything.
I don't even know.
Get 'em off.
Oh. Okay.
Last night.
Last night.
Right.
Okay.
Last night. I'm so sorry.
That's all right. That's all right. All right. We're going to have a hug break sponsored by I don't know. Sponsored by the Ray Girl. There
Sure.
you go.
The Ray Girls. She's our sponsor. She's our title sponsor. So why not?
So lovely to see you too, my dear. How are you?
No, I'm good. How are
Let's
you?
fix the microphone here. There we go. Hey, kids, come on.
Oh, stop it.
It's a gourmet hug.
No, that's fine. We got a show to do. That's all. That's all, babe. I wasn't dumping on you. I don't care. You can hug Douglas to your heart's content. It's just we have a show to do. That's all.
Snuggly.
We're doing it.
I know.
It's the nicest hug. I think that might be the nicest hug I've ever had.
Are you going to sit on that side now?
Yeah, now I am.
Oh, I've been told apparently. So grab your headphones, grab your mic. I'll turn you on.
I have a good story, but I don't want to interrupt where you guys.
Hang on. Just
Actually, I was just done.
Just lift this up. Yeah, sorry. Hang on. No. Don't move that. Don't
Okay.
touch that. No.
Okay.
You got it.
There you go.
See? There you are.
Okie dokie.
What? You look lovely.
Thank you.
You're wearing your polka dots. You got to get a little closer to the mic, though, so we can hear you.
Okay.
Testing 1, 2. Is this thing on?
What were you guys talking about? I missed it.
Tennis.
Tennis?
Yeah.
Yeah, tennis.
But I had literally just put the last little bow on it as you arrived. So if you had a subject, please, we want to hear it.
Because the sausage fest is over.
What are you talking about?
The dudes, I'm kidding. You know I'm kidding.
Yes,
I don't know what you're talking about, though.
No.
our show is a bit of a sausage fest.
Oh, right. Yeah. Right. See, I'm a little, some stuff just goes right over my head sometimes.
That's
That's
why I'm
okay.
here.
Yeah.
Because you're pretty.
Yeah.
And I'm
Well, you're both pretty. So my little
He's the brains, I'm the beauty.
I don't love Douglas more than you, but
No, that's
sometimes I do.
but sometimes I do. I don't understand.
sometimes I do.
It's like, oh, great. Yeah, okay, sure. No problem. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, that's okay.
Okay, so I have a story about breastfeeding because
Sure, why not?
why not?
Sausage fest.
Everybody loves a story about that.
Look to the camera, baby.
No, that hurts my eyes.
Okay.
I can do that.
Slide in a little closer to Douglas.
There we go.
I'll back the frame. I'll back the camera out a little bit. So.
Make yourself comfy, darling.
Anytime.
There you go.
Because I love you.
I love you too.
So I went. I flew to New York, to Manhattan, when my son was a year old and I was still breastfeeding. And okay, I'm gonna back it up a little bit. My friend just asked me the other day, Pauline, who is my bestie, and she's like, "Can I take a sandwich?
Oh.
Can I take a sandwich through security at the airport?" I'm like, "You used to work for the Border Services Agency." I'm like, "Yeah, you can take a sandwich." And I'm like, "I once took a breast pump through security." And this, which is,
Innocent, but there was a young guy at the counter, was it?
yes.
Yeah.
So this guy in his 20s, he's like, "Ma'am, I'm gonna need to ask you what this is for." I'm like, "Well, it's a breast pump because I'm breastfeeding and I have to pump and dump to go away with my girlfriends this weekend." And he just went so pale, and I'm like, "Would you like a demonstration of how it works?" And he's like, "Nope, you can just move along, ma'am." I'm like, "Yeah, I think I can."
That's the first time I've heard the words pump and dump and not related to stocks.
Yeah, no, that's actually quite a common phrase actually for women who are breastfeeding. It's like literally pump. There you go. Yeah, I've heard it many times.
Yeah, it's good times.
It's good times.
Ladies and gentlemen, partner Bridget.
What are you doing, Bridget? Oh, nothing. Just pumping and dumping. That reminds me. I don't know if I should say this.
Oh, please, whatever it is, yes.
Say it.
I went to a leather event.
That's always how innocent stories start.
Yes. Yes. Lots of innocent things. At a leather event. Totally innocent thing.
Yeah. Church going thing.
Yeah. When you get to the border, especially after 9/11 and whatnot, want to look through your bags. I want to see things. So before people used to put like locks on the suitcases so people wouldn't see their
right.
intimate items.
Fair
And
enough. Yeah, that would definitely. Yeah, see, some of them are clean.
Like,
We're having tech issues
where are
right
you
now.
going? Oh, are we not?
Oh no, we're still running. Why? Why is that? Not?
the screen keeps freezing. Yes, Douglas's audio is wonky. The feed's a little choppy, by the way.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Are we not streaming right now?
We should be.
We have laughing out loud. Breastfeeding makes some people so uncomfortable. I have it on good authority from my mother. When I was very young, it did not feel at all,
And if you
especially when I was hungry.
if you want me to keep going, like I am. Obviously, I support breastfeeding for any person who doesn't want to breastfeed. Like, there's a lot of pressure around it.
Right.
Sometimes you can do it, sometimes you can't. It should not be a pressure, right?
Right. Unless there's pressure.
Yeah.
I can't even respond.
Okay, I gotta ask. Does there ever come a time?
You do have to release it.
Okay, so that's what I was wondering. Does there ever come a time where they just like get so full that it's like somebody please really
Yeah. I know for sure.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I've walked in. I'll go on this a little bit more, but I have friends who work in the United States. They get 6 weeks to pump and dump in the bathroom.
That's true.
In between meetings and stuff
Yeah.
like that. It's not cool.
Yeah.
No,
I can see that.
No.
I can just see the boss is like, Bridget, would like to have a meeting. We've been noticing for the last few weeks that every day between 2 and 3, your productivity drops substantially.
Well,
Yeah, that's because I'm.
And I'll tell you something that women do. They will wear a scarf over their neck because they're leaking at work. And they don't feel comfortable to leave a meeting. And so they're just like leaking and hurting.
Oh my God. And again, that must put a total different spin on things, right? You're coming into work and you got this gorgeous, fashionable scarf on, but it's there for a total utilitarian purpose. You're going, hey, Bridge, I love that scarf. Like, so where did you get it?
Thank you. Thank you very much. It's just a fashion item. There's nothing to see here.
Yeah, sure.
Well, I don't know about that. I've lost our. I don't have access. No. I just the chat is disappeared from our screen for some reason. Well, I can see it on the YouTube, but see this chat shows me people from Facebook and from Twitch and whatever stream they joined from. We can see it here, and it would show up on that screen. But unfortunately, because we've been having some Wi-Fi glitchy issues here, we've lost the feed, but it's lost the chat. I still have it on the YouTube, so I'll be able to monitor that to talk to people back and forth. Yeah.
I don't have much else. I'm gonna sit quiet after this, but I did bring. I have some cards.
What are they?
Rude hand gestures from around the world.
Okay. And
because sometimes you just need to say things with your hands and not your mouth, right?
The seat is taken.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, if you're on a bus or on a train like this, and somebody's looking to sit, like, and you say, "Oh no, I don't want him to sit that or
Like,
him or her sit
oh.
next to me," just stick your finger right up there and
disgusting butt cheeks.
It's okay. I
I
gotta
tell you, it's like
I gotta change the imagery here.
let's put it
Okay.
this way. Let's put it this way. Sometimes you don't even need to get to this part. This is enough to dissuade people to keep them coming, walking right on by. But look like you're mining for gold. Look like you really mean it. And trust me, it works.
I didn't. I was not aware of this.
Well, I'm going to show
It's
you.
fail proof.
Would you mind reading this, and I'll do this?
Rude hand gestures from
You want
around
me
the
to read
world.
it?
And it has offensiveness ratings, so these are both number 1 out of 5.
Oh, okay.
So
Five
the least
being
offensive.
yeah. 5
Okay.
being the most offensive. Thumbing your nose at somebody. Okay.
So, ladies and gentlemen, kits and cubbies, this is called the Queen's Fan. This is a playful but offensive gesture, also known as cock a snook. It's thought to have derived from Queen Anne of Scotland. Its meaning is to mock the subject.
So this is like supposed to be a rooster's comb.
I don't know. It's very gentle. It's only a level 1.
Okay. But are you supposed to spread your fingers?
Yeah.
Oh, spread them like okay.
And this one, this is an Italian one. I really like this one. It's very gentle.
Okay. And this one, ladies and gentlemen, is called the prayer. Used mostly in Italy, not actually a sign of prayer. Surprise. Are you serious?
Okay.
That could come in handy.
It's very gentle. You're a ding dong.
You're
Seems I've lost control of stuff here. It's changing stuff on me. And I don't know what somebody played with this yesterday, and all of there.
Oh, from the studio, like
Yeah.
overall. Oh,
Somebody in the studio, like I remember when I said somebody changed their colors.
yeah.
I had to go back. I had to go get the color.
It's like, why would you do that to that face? It's so... That's why I wouldn't be able to play rugby. It's just like, but yeah. That one.
It's such an aggressive sport.
It's really, it's aggressive, but it's amazing how safe it is. You know,
Rugby,
with all the technique, it's safer than regular football, because with regular football, with all sure that you hit people at the right spot. But yeah, I mean, so I remember seeing one game once, and there was this guy, player abroad, but you know those guys that are, they're not. Okay.
Oh, are we? Okay.
Yeah, they're not thick this way, but they're like just a 2x4, right? Like rock solid and wiry. And I think he he 5'9".
Mm.
160. Yeah. Running. Just
And then she said, she came home one day and she's like, I'm going to play rugby. Like, what? And anyway,
yeah,
I was just like,
rough. So, but no, he played it for 4 years. He, you know,
Issues. Yeah. And I apologize. Yeah. There's, I don't know what's happening in Mohan. We've got to some sort of Wi-Fi issue, right? All these page unresponsive notes. So it's, I don't know what the hell executable is running down, which is chewing through my processor right now.
should we shut down and maybe start again?
I don't is uh, 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 like I've jumped in and out already. If can you still hear us? Can you still hear us?
Well, Mohan wrote couldn't hurt.
It says no. Yeah.
Here on screen.
Okay, we'll be back shortly.
Okay. I will